Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Drivers Room Acelith Design Endurance Championship, ADEC for short. Today we are at Big Willow Raceway, International Raceway, Big Willie, and this is Season 5, Round 5, Tier 1. So, today we are in the GR3 Monsters, the Group 3, GT3, and this is going to be for an exciting race. Probably a little bit more exciting than last year's Group 1 at this track. So let's get down for our grid walk, and sorry for the likes. We have Smithy yet again in pole position as he won the last race at Dragon Trail. We have Drift Spice, Drift King Alex. We have Jaggernaut. We have Baby Spice, or the Quack Master plucks the duck. Martin B. We have Mr. Sean in the mighty and steroid-ridden Citroen. We have Purple Spice in the beautiful Peugeot. Flappy Spice in the Toyota FT1. We have Are You Ready Ben in the Supra. Ricey in the we just call it the Golf. It's probably the Golf. We have Gadget all the way down here in I've lost track of the positions, but he is in the beautiful black and yellow Sigma Supra. Then we have Muller in the steroid McLaren. And finishing off the field in the back, we have Mr. Senna. All right, let's get down to the action and see how the race goes today. If anyone goes out on track and do some rallying. Let's get down to it. All right, we are waiting for the beautiful green lights to get this party started. As we hear the guys revving up their engines. Grid start today as we're off. Round 5, Season 5, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if everyone can get through turn 1 cleanly as we see Smithy and Alex. Jaggernaut plucks on the inside into what I believe is turn 2. Yeah, turn 2. Had some good battles here in the DRGC with Merc, where I completely lost it and went to the back and ended up winning the race. Technical difficulties for V8 that time. As we see Smithy just running away with it and the roaring rotary engine of that Mazda RX Vision. And Jaggernaut and Smithy are clearing the field in their mighty beasts. As we see the people coming up to the last turn, which is the most scary turn I've ever done in any racetrack in the world. And it looks like everyone has gotten through cleanly and Muller has fallen behind. As we see Smithy goes to start lap 2 with Jaggernaut still behind, but losing a little bit ground now up to Smithy. As we see Alex getting a little bit closer, but ultimately struggling a little bit. I think the FT1 is a little bit short on its top end. Not really sure about the RX Vision because I haven't driven that, or the FT. But I've heard that the FT is a little bit down on the top end. As we see, everyone is all clean and tidy in the line. As we see Sean having to defend against Purple Spice. Berkey is on his way up. Or no, just slots in behind. And we have Flappy Spice right behind him. The two M4R boys are all over Shawnee's ass. Oh, as we see Flapjack going off. As I said, the most scary corner, the most scary turn in the entire world. You get through that corner at such a high speed, and you just have to tap a little bit on the brakes and get it right, and it's so easy to get it wrong. And it's very difficult to catch up to the rest of the pack on a track such as this, because it's basically just a high-speed circuit, basically high-speed ring in real life. But a lot of big run-off zones, so it takes like 3 years to just get back on the black stuff. As we see, Plux the Duck has gotten himself ahead of Awesome Alex. It's probably, I know Plux hates me for saying it, but it's probably team orders yet again. Let me through. I'm in the lead of the championship, so I need to win this. So yeah. As we see, Alex and Martin has gotten himself ahead of Sean. Sorry we missed that. As we see Berkey desperately trying to get through Sean. I do love the aggressiveness of that Peugeot. Just looks good. It was a good looking rally car, as we see, holy crap! As we see Martin just lose it on the gravel. Oh my goodness. Going for a chase cam view with Mr. Martin as he just taps a little wheel out on the gravel, and it is enough to ruin both their races. Taking a look back with Berkey to see what transpired, and we just see it. There's nowhere for Berkey to go. He's just an innocent bystander at this point, and nothing he really could do. As we see Ben and Gadget just going through, and we have Muller just going through as well. Not a lucky day on the job for Berkey. But granted, this was not his fault, and it's a long race, and this track is insanely scary with the big run-off points. As we see Martin now back down into dead last. We see Smith still in P1. If he just keeps his head cool and tries to take care of his tires, he'll probably snag another win. As we see Juggernaut just trying to keep up with the same pace as Smith, with Plux dangerously behind, just trying to get in that little bit of slipstream of Juggernaut to get himself a little bit further away from Alex. And we see Ben with damage. Oh, he must have hit someone somewhere. Was it Gadget? Let's take a look. No, it was not Gadget. So he must have had some damage somewhere that caused him to have a crippled car. The GT3 cars are very dependent on their aerodynamics, and they need the wings and everything to function properly. It's not like the GR4s, which are basically standard world cars that are lightened, and the engine and all that is basically the same, new springs and all that, but yeah. As we see Gadget up into 6th, trying to take care of his tires. The Supra, as we all know, is a horrid starter, but does have good pace, and we know for a fact that Gadget is one of the best guys out there with tire management in mind, so he'll probably be able to stay out for a few more laps longer than the rest of the pack. As we see Muller right behind, he is burning off his left rear, it seems, but otherwise keeping in there. And Berkey has not pit. He's continuing with the damage. Maybe it isn't as bad as it looks, but it does like he's definitely losing a little bit of pace. And we have Flapjack. Let's take a look at Flapjack and see how much Flapjack actually gains on Berkey, if anything at all. Looks like Berkey still has a good, decent pace in his car. Flapjack isn't catching up that much, to be honest with you. This final corner is so scary as we see Flapjack going off and oh, just barely manages to stay out of the pits. Wow. Oh, Ben must be smelling it. He must be smelling the chance, the opportunity to get ahead of Flapjack. Will we see a move already into turn 2? No chance on the inside. Will he have the ability on the outside? We have the concept Supra in front and the proper Supra right behind. The new Supra isn't that bad looking either. I do, I will admit I hated the look of the Supra in the beginning, but it's grown on me. It'll never be as cool as the RZ, but yeah. As we see Martin trying to recover, and we see Ben trying to go on the inside move into the last turn of Flapjack. Will he succeed? He is on the inside. Come on, guys, give each other enough room. The last corner is coming up, and we have Ben in 9th. Nothing Flapjack really could do as we see Berkey going off and still staying out. Still staying out on the damage. And where is... Oh, Gadget came out right. Oh, yeah, he does the same stuff he's always done, even to me. Just throws his car out of the pits and makes sure that no one passes him. Yes, common occurrence. I've had many an F-bomb. Well, at least now he'll be able to pull away. We see Flapjack right up the gearbox of Ben, but then again, Flapjack does have more worn tires than the Ben man, the Moose Lord. Oh, and we see Muller going off! Taking a look back with Muller. No, what happened to Muller? I think he just got one wheel on the dirt, just as Martin did a couple of laps earlier. No, he just oversteered and went out into the dirt. No. Oh. I can just imagine hearing him now, placing a lot of F-bombs. As we see, Smith and Alex have dove into the pits. They come out on... well, Smith comes out in 3rd, and Alex comes out in 5th. So he must have had a longer than usual pit stop. As we see Berkey Baby finally going into the pits. No? Flapjack going into the pits. Oh yeah, tires. Of course, tires. As we see Plux still staying out on the increasingly worn tires. Oh, an amazing first 10 minutes of Big Willie, guys. Oh my gosh. How dare me, as TX would say at this point. Let's just hope that the machinery holds, that all the mechanical stuff holds in these cars, that no one has to retire, that no one has to give up their equipment. As we see Smith going very wide, and Jagnot and Plux both going into the pits, and I can't talk because I'm speaking so fast. Whew. And I'm sorry for all the activity stuff. I've just shared my Season 1 liveries for 2021. Yes, we are 1.5 seasons behind on the replays. So we're trying to get those done pretty rapidly. We have Jagannath in 2nd. He comes out in front of Plux. Plux has fueled up his monster and gotten some more Pepsi in the tank and is chasing down Jagannath. Alex now in front of Sean. Sean is, I think, still out on his... Sean is still out on his first stint, which is pretty surprising, actually. Those tires don't go off well, do they? Fast, I mean. As we see the Sigma Master of Gadget. Managing to do the last corner spot on. We see Ben in 7th, doing good. Had some damage to his front splitter, but other than that, looking good. We see Flappy Jack now, Flappy Spice, trying to catch up to the Moose Lord. Not to be mistaken with the Goose Lord of Boss. Martin doing well, got himself back up into 9th after his unfortunate accident with Berkey, which he just slid off the track. No, well, it was a complete accident. Nothing he could do, really. He was just a passenger at that point, and Berkey was in the way, and he was also just an innocent bystander. As we see Muller, he's clawed himself back into 10th after his unfortunate oversteer into the dirt. As we see Berkey going off, but no other big deal than that. No biggie. As we see Senna, he's been off apparently, looking at the damage on his left front bumper. I do know that this track doesn't agree with a lot of people, definitely not me. I think it's a good layout, sort of, if it had a little bit less runoff points and more guardrails. Come back to Smith. He is in a very commanding lead at the moment. Just listen to that engine. Sounds like a proper Formula 1 car, as they should sound, just with a Vankel engine. Almost gives people a little bit wardrobe malfunction down in the nether regions for men. As we see, Plux still hasn't gained or caught up a lot to the Frenchman, but still giving it his all. Alex still trying to get into the slipstream of his Spice Master. As we see Ben going into the pits. Front left took a hammering, that's for sure, as we see him coming out just behind Muller and just ahead of Berkey. As we see Muller going very deep on the gravel. Dirty tires now through this next section. Just look at how much he has to actually let off the gas at that point. So Ben is in a Muller-Berkey sandwich, but he should be able to get through quite fast with fresh tires, unless he does any mistakes or gets into the dirty air a little wrong. I think we're going to see a move from Ben pretty shortly. He's getting ever so closer to Muller. These two are probably in comms chat together as well, so they can make themselves aware of where they are at any point. As we see Ben, does he have enough power to out-drive that McLaren? No, he does not. Just not enough. That McLaren is beautiful though. Just look at how insane it looks. I love that mental look. We see Martin in 8th. We have Flapjack in 7th. Gadget in 6th. The caliber of racers and skill level in Tier 1 is just getting larger and larger. It's getting more difficult for the veterans of Tier 1 to actually stay in first and you know, remain there, which is good to see some differences in the podiums. Sean in 5th, we have Alex still in 4th, chasing down Plux. Plux is chasing down the French guy. As we see Gadget going into the pits. Is this his first pit stop? I do believe it is. Which is kind of amazing that he's managed to stay out for that long. No. It's his second pit stop. Of course it is. Come back to Juggernaut. Seems like he's losing a bit of ground down to Plux. Not much, but some. Smithy is starting to wear those tires down. Still a very difficult guy to catch up to. Alex into the pits. Tires aren't looking that bad, so honestly, didn't need another pit so soon. Shawnee there, still quite the distance behind. As we see Plux starting to chase Juggernaut. We have Flapjack in front of Gadget. Flapjack on worn tires though. Oh, and Gadget just holds the outside. Will he actually go past on the outside? It does look like Gadget does have the inside. Will he have enough? Oh! Oh! Flapjack going for the cutback there. Not working though. Gadget has superior grip at this point and is confirmed 6th. Sing Smithy going in. No fuel. As he loses his position to Juggernaut and Plux. Plux's tires are still looking good, but now is where Smithy will be dangerous. Will Plux defend? Oh, Plux defends. Nope, not getting that back so easy, Smithy. Let's take an onboard look from Plux, see what different lines Smithy does. Oh, an oversteer from the Smithmaster. Close. Oh, and Plux just lets him through. Or was it heavy understeer for Plux as we see Juggernaut into the pits? Plux will try to stay out for a few more laps, I would assume, just to get that optimal pit strategy working. Quite a big gap between Alex and Juggernaut and Sean. Sean is very good on his tires as well in the number of the Beast car. Gadget in 6th. Ben 7th. Flap, Martin, and Berkey. And I think we've lost Muller. Yep, Muller is Muller has retired his car. The damage he got from that little escapade out in the dirt damaged his suspension to the point of undrivableness. Coming back to lap 33, as we see Jaggernaut pushing some dust and sand on the track. We see Plux with low fuel, and tires are actually looking quite decent. So with the tires itself, he should be able to stay out for at least 5 more laps. But the fuel would probably not allow that. Mr. Sean right behind. Alex has dropped down to 5th, probably been out on the last corner or some other corner. Flappy Spice in 6th. Big gap down to, well, a decent gap down to Gadget in 7th. And wow, he is looking bingo on fuel, guys. Fuel is suffering in the Gadget Mobile. Shawnee has been into the pits lately, and the fuel is looking low, but it should last him for the stint. As we see Flapjack with 1% remaining. Ben down in 9th. Front tires are taking a hammering as he manages to get through the last corner cleanly. Berkey down in 10th. Just look at how low and sleek that Peugeot is. Beautiful looking monster as he's going off. Oh, oh, that is so dangerous. We have Senna. He has dropped off quite a bit. I think that Merc is very heavy around Big Willie. As we see Smith in 1st, Plux all the way down in 4th now, and he has to do a refuel. How much does he take on? As this is Plux's replay, we get to see the actual refuel. And we have Gadget going in. Everyone's jumping into the pits now to get some more explosion juice into the tanks. That wasn't a whole lot of fuel. Maybe just last him for the little stint he's going to be doing. Ben's into the pits, and he is refueled. He shouldn't need any more fuel for the remainder of this race. Neither should Berkey. Tires might go off. Senna might need some more fuel. I don't know. Jaggernaut still in 2nd. We have Sean in 3rd. He's gonna go in within a few more laps. He needs some more fuel as well. And we have Plux down in 5th. And Alex will have to go in within the next few laps. Fuel is looking bingo. Martinby. Pushing up a little sand on the track there, Flapjack. Trying to distract Gadget. As we see Ben, fresh tires and fuel. go on board with Smith for a little lap. That was a lap with the pole setter at the moment. Checking out. And Sean is looking desperate for some fuel. As we see Plux ahead of Alex. Alex has finally been into the pits. Coming up on lap 46, we have 4 minutes remaining of this race. It's been a good one, that's for sure. As we see Gadget in a comfortable 7th at the moment. Ben in a comfortable 8th. Just a little damage to his front splitter. No biggie. And Berkey in 9th, just being lapped by Juggernaut. So we see Senna in 10th. And he's looking low on fuel. Maybe it will last until the very end. Martin has parked it. He has been into the wall and damaged his engine. So he is out for the remainder of this one. Coming back with the leader of the race. Been pretty dominant so far this race. Had a little bit slow start, but other than that, managed to stay in first. With Juggernaut. No, wait, these two had a very good start. Just my goldfish memory is acting up again. So these two have been pretty dominant so far. Seems like the Mazda is very well suited for Big Willow. I find it a little bit too oversteery if you're a little too aggressive on the pedal. And I haven't been able to adjust to that style of driving that the RX Vision actually demands from the driver. We have Plux the Duck in 3rd, and he should be good on fuel until the very end. As we see Sean coming up. Also Alex there. He should be good on fuel. I think he has a couple of more laps of fuel in the tank. With 1 minute to go. There. 1 minute to go. As we see Flappy Spice. That tank is looking empty, but it should last for the remainder. Gadget has had a pretty uneventful race so far. No damage. that I've seen. So good on him for that. As we see Ben being lapped by Jagnot, Ben putting himself all the way to the left, making it easy for Jagnot to get past. We have Berkey right behind Ben there. Was a very unlucky bystander. Nothing he could do earlier on. Senna has had a difficult race. We haven't seen much of this man, unfortunately. But the track might not suit him all that well. We have Plux. He hasn't been able to do much. The FT1 seems to be struggling a bit in on this track, seeing as it's a little bit of a power track, and the FT1 just lacks that little bit of extra top end to make it keep up with the RX Vision. As we see, Flapjack and Gadget has both finished the race. Well done, boys. And Smithy has crossed the line to take the win. Jagnut comes over in second to take the second place on podium. So thank you all for watching, and come back next time for the next race. Until then, this is Kimaru signing off.